we're here at Laguna Seca for Rennsport 5. And Rennsport, all the Porsche guys come out with the big iron, and we like to think we have some big iron, and sometimes we bring some big iron guys like David Donohue. But the reason we're here and doing this little film thing is because the car we're sitting on, which incidentally looks like a car that his father drove in the 70s, and God bless your father, he's a wonderful man, I know, I never met him, but we know all about Mark Donohue. But he drove the 91730 Sunoco Can-Am Spyder, won the Can-Am Championship with it in a very unorthodox way. Most of the time he lapped second place, not only because his talent was so good, but because he was such a talented engineer driver. So basically I had this idea when we purchased this new RS Spyder, which is a wonderful car. If you pan in the background or can see the cars in the background, it's another RS Spyder. We have 3 this weekend. Our son Gunnar, my son Gunnar, not your son. Your son's back home with mom right now, your son's. Gunnar will be driving the Muscle Milk car. So there'll be about 7 or 8 of these cars being raced around the track. So anyway, I had this idea, if we're gonna bring a new Spyder and it has no history, why not give it some? So I came up with the Sunoco paint job. Was that before I called you, David, or after? Or do you even know?
It wasn't put on, but you had the idea.
Okay, all right. I had the idea because I thought maybe I should talk to David first before asking him to drive our new Sunoco car, which we didn't actually even own yet. But you got to have the idea and the thought process in gear. So for us, we had it in gear. I called David, and I think his answer was, "There's a bear in the woods?" No, of course, I probably can't say that. You can bleep it out. But David was so kind to tell me that he would love to do it. So for us, David, when I asked you to drive this, what did it mean to you that if you could really drive it, what did that mean?
Well, the first thought was, yeah, right. That'll ever happen. But you know, you always deliver. Even back in the 966, I thought that's some kind of a joke. But you always seem to come through with these. You're like Michael Keaton. All these ideas come, and you come up with these, and you deliver on these things. But this is just, when I first saw it, it's just kind of jaw-dropping, and it's such a great tribute, and I appreciate it. And I'm so proud of what my father was able to accomplish, and really lucky that I had the career that I had to be able to qualify to even get behind the wheel and experience it. So I can't be more grateful.
You were able to drive the Spyder. What did you think?
It was fantastic. I mean, so nice to drive. Really, really pleasant race car to drive. Tons of grip, of course. It's everything you would expect, but just the ease and the feedback it's everything you would expect from Porsche, but you don't always expect it from a race car. Which you always expect a race car to be a little bit more kind of a gun at your head experience, and I didn't think that at all. I thought it was really, really fun. And you know, they're swinging hard and hitting home runs. Porsche is, and it's clear through the race cars as well.
Yeah.
Porsche is one of the few manufacturers that's able to produce a prototype type of customer car.
Basically a turnkey car too for a customer.
Yeah.
But do you think that right now with the technology, because we're so green and the hybrid systems are trying to get us to another level in our world to save the world, that it would be maybe not a big cause for them to want to build another P2 car, because they have to build something for the future, something that the customer would really want to buy.
Yeah, you never know what the future holds. I mean, the racing customer and the demands of the racing customer always bring out customer cars.
Right.
So I think if there's demand enough for it, Porsche will produce it down the road. As the technology develops, it becomes more of a computer-based technology, and as those programs get evolved, then it's still just parts going on.
Yeah.
So you never know how it's going to evolve in the future.
The bottom line is we're so lucky and grateful that you wanted to sign up and drive this car, because every Porsche needs something. This car was delivered in black carbon fiber, which is really cool looking if you're stealth, but we want it to be seen. This one needs to be seen. So with a Donohue on it, and excuse me for getting up in front of David, you can pan in on the D Donohue. That is for David, and we are so proud to have that on the car. And David, all I can say is thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
And David actually pays us to drive the car, which helps us. Just kidding. But anyway, We're honored to have David in our Sunoco RS Spyder. For us to say we had a Donohue in the car is a bigger ego for me than probably for you. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it.